Hello, welcome to the channel. This is my first YouTube video. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about what this channel is going to be about, some of the content I'm going to post, and what is the style of video that I'm going to make and why I'm making this channel. For some background about me, um, I just left my job at Blizzard Entertainment about a month ago. I was there for 2 years. I worked on both Diablo 4 and I worked on Hearthstone. It was a great 2 years. I think the people at Blizzard are really incredible. I got to learn so much about sort of how the video game industry works from the inside out. And obviously, I've been a fan of Blizzard since, um, I was a kid. I used to play Blizzard games with my stepdad. So it was really great to just kind of work there and kind of see behind the curtain. Really was a dream come true in a lot of ways. I think the bad thing about working at Blizzard was just the time frame that I was there. Um, I started right before the wave of just near constant layoffs that we're still undergoing. Um, and it was actually pretty tough in terms of just the frequency of the layoffs, the way it was going. There's a guy I used to work with. He was part of the layoffs and he had just had a baby, and they really were just like, thank you for your service, goodbye. And they just kind of laid him off. Um, so it was actually pretty intense to just go through that. I also think the past year has been interesting because indie games have been taking off so much within the last 2 to 3 years. I think indie renaissance is definitely the correct word we want to use here. Um, and so I think the future of the industry is definitely going to be development. It's going to be smaller teams. It's going to be people who really love games and are just kind of making stuff for fun. And so, what I intend to do, and sort of both the purpose of the channel and why I love Blizzard, is I am making a software platform that helps indie game developers basically bring their game. A lot of indie developers use a publisher, but the downside of that is, they end up having to give away a lot of their revenue. Steam gets a cut, Epic or Unity might get a cut, the publisher gets a cut. By the time we get to the developer, right, they're anywhere from 20 to 30% of the revenues. And no one's really built sort of like industry specific tooling specifically for small game developers. And so on this channel, I'm going to sort of talk about, go over a lot of the things I've made. I'm going to share them, talk about them, and hopefully people like them and they try them out and everything works out. But obviously it may not go that way, but that is my hope and that is my goal. So that's going to be the purpose of the channel. Is I'm just going to talk about all the tools I've been making. I'm going to showcase them, talk about how they work, and you'll be able to view them. If there is any content or sort of ideas you'd like to see, make sure to sort of leave it in the comments or join my Discord, and then we can talk about it and I can make those videos. Um, yeah, that's kind of it. Just kind of wanted to introduce myself.